Nostalgic for Tomorrow says, if you could design the perfect drop, what do you suggest? Might be worth
It's kind of
touching on
two
what Moonbirds
questions
is.
a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So they're asking how you design the perfect drop. And I guess maybe then the latter part of the question where they're saying making it open to the most people and not just whales and bots is sort of a condition for that perfect thing. But, if you just want to strictly answer that latter part, you make it a free mint and have an unlimited number of them or something like that, right? But that's not what almost anybody really wants. That benefits people that don't want NFTs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, definitely people that want NFTs and would love to support this and blah, blah, blah are going to be priced out of whatever they end up doing. So that would be good for them. But predominantly the people who would benefit most from what I just said are people that still wouldn't take advantage of it.
Right. Yeah. I guess to answer the question, how, if you could design the perfect drop. So I've thought about this a bit, and this idea is not my original idea. I sort of had the idea for like a blind Dutch auction, and then I know Carlini from Penelope's Country Club and Loom Dart from the Wassies Project had a blind auction, and then I was talking to someone from
Loom Dart.
Habit Nest, yesterday or the day before, who was telling me about this as well. Basically, you have a Dutch auction where people bid and they put in their offers, and you can make multiple bids and offers, and it's open for like 24 hours.
When you say bids and offers, you mean those words interchangeably?
Yeah.
Okay.
You make a bid. And then the top 10,000, basically, the highest 10,000, they win. They get to mint, and the mint price is the lowest of that 10,000. So
interesting.
You don't get wrecked if you go too high, unless everyone goes too high, and then and then if there's some mechanism, and you don't get to know what other people are bidding, and there's obviously the smart contract would have to lock up your funds for that 24-hour period or 2-hour period, however long you want it to make it to be. To me, that seems like a pretty great way to do a drop. So I would explore that.
It all seems so difficult when you're still trying to do the inherent forced scarcity of a certain number of NFTs, to where you know that there's people that are going to want them more than that number of people, or at least people who are willing to buy a bunch of them. And the way that the blockchain is permissionless and all this, and you can just people can make as many wallets as they want and all of this stuff. It all seems very gameable. And I think that people need to be understanding the sort of drawbacks of the decentralized system, and thinking about these things as far as pros and cons, rather than let's solve the problem. It's like, what do we want to optimize for, and what are we going to be accepting is not optimal, because that's the nature of the game at this point.
100%.
When you are going to have, again, a finite number of them, because if you wanted to allow there to be 1 million of them, you could solve all of those other problems. But then you are kind of not doing the NFT thing to some degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Increasing supply is a really interesting
and it is interesting that we're so far into the game, so to speak, and it's just everything almost is still 10,000.
It's a really good number. It's just
it is a good number, and it's actually, if we're talking about people individually kind of being a part of these communities and actually using them, it's sort of, to me, a reasonable number. But what is happening more so a lot is just people buying up lots of them to try and kind of slowly sell later and things of that nature. In which case you might be able to discourage that by making more, but then it's like, we still don't actually need more. So the only people that are going to buy them are maybe speculators that hoping in the future we will need more. Again, it's just, these all seem like fundamental problems of the system that we're a part of, and there's no perfect solutions. It's sort of the kind of like the blockchain trilemma itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.